share stage with all the big people here. Some of them have been very close to me, and also in the audience I have very close friends, and today I'm really happy to be here. My association with HMA has been like very old. When I was barely in my early 20s, I was put on the executive committee of HMA, and I learned a lot from the organization. Friends, today you must excuse me. I have to leave early, so I requested for the early conversation with you. I've basically not come to give some standard speech and all that, but I thought it's important to set the context, make you understand the environment is more important. I have seen today's modules, you're talking about technology, you're talking about personal growth, you're talking about political, societal growth. There are a whole bunch of things that you will be discussing today, and there are experts to talk about that. But believe me, all these things are not possible if the environment in which you operate, the context, doesn't support you. Just to give an example, you might buy a very big car with the highest horsepower, and it may run on high octane fuel, but if the roads are very bad with potholes, then the capacity comes down. So if you are a high potential woman but put in a bad environment, you'll not be able to work properly. So I want to tell you the environment that you are experiencing today. That is what is India, the Bharat that we see today. I want to quickly present this picture to you. In the year 2000, I want to just draw the line from 2014 to where we are today, like the last 12 years. I remember I have always historically been into the nation development kind of activities. Even during Dr. Manmohan Singh's time, I was a part of the National Technical Advisory support I was giving back in 2005 for the city development, etc. So I have seen governance from a very close quarters. So what I want to tell you is, see, I want to show the difference between what happened in 2014 to what is it slow. We were at 11th number in the world. Today we are in the 4th number. So let me talk about then. So first, inflation high, growth slow, 11th position, balance of payments was not good. Then we had our external debt was very high, and our foreign exchange reserves were very low. That some of you would remember our finance minister then, Mr. Chidambaram, announced to everyone saying, please don't buy gold. Because if we buy gold, we have to pay in foreign exchange, and we didn't have that. So we were not in a good shape at that time. But today we have transitioned, and we have come to a stage where we are like world's number 3 today, and our GDP is constantly growing. Our growth rate is always never been less than 6.5. We are just growing. I remember those days when I used to admire, this is just one country that used to match. One is China, the other one was Rwanda in Africa. So go at 8% growth. So India has been growing at that pace. Our inflation is low today. Our balance of payments is in a good place. We have good foreign reserves. You know that? Highest foreign reserves we have. And we have enough gold. How did that happen? We got 1 lakh tons of gold back into India that was pledged back then. And when we wanted to bring it back from other countries, I remember people at that time said, you don't even have walls. Where will you store the gold? So we built the walls and we got the gold, and we have 1 lakh. Today, you know that the geopolitical tensions, you need to have gold. So a whole bunch of things are moving very well for us, which means you are in a great ecosystem. Now, I have observed, for instance, AI, like I am the advisor for Artificial Intelligence Center of Excellence in IIT Kanpur. And not only that, we've done a lot of work in AI. So when I see AI typically, we in India look at AI, and in China and in America, they deploy it only for military. In UAE, they used to use AI specifically for bringing in employee efficiency. In France, they use artificial intelligence for environment. For Germany, they use extensively AI for work-life balance. In Japan, for efficiency, because you know, I mean, Six Sigma, Black Belt, everything came from there. So efficiency, but in India, AI we are using for good things, not for defense, not for fighting. Of course, we are using for that, but we are using for education, we are using for healthcare, we are using for empowering women. Today, if you see our AI go to the fields, women are using AI extensively. They are actually farmers, women farmers are using AI. So India is at a different place today now. We are going to see better times, and you are in that ecosystem. You are in that ecosystem today. So your opportunities are really, really going to be much, much better. Now, geopolitical, I just heard the president talk about geopolitical tensions. You know how India is preparing, we know that historically, when even in 2008, when we had the big depression, India was okay. Every time there's a recession in the world, India is okay. Why? Because our banks are the toughest banks. Our regulators are really fearful regulators. I know, I mean, I've worked in the corporate sector and sit on the board of a company, and I know how SEBI literally thrashes anyone who doesn't comply. So the point is, we are being controlled very beautifully. Therefore, our country has become extremely resilient. As far as the oil is concerned, I remember energy, my friends, without energy, there's nothing in the world. And I remember in 2015, I was participating in the COP conference in Paris when Prime Minister became Prime Minister in 2014, but 2015 was this. Back then he announced something called International Solar Alliance. Imagine back then talking about energy security, got almost more than 160 countries to sign up for that. We are leading that. Renewable energy is at the highest level today. We are safe. The second thing that's happening so brilliantly in India is we are moving, nuclear energy. I was to go to Russia to understand about this, but Prime Minister went instead. Today, India has thorium. We don't have uranium, but we have thorium, and now we understood how to use and get energy into place. The point is, India is surging ahead, and our minister says we'll buy oil from wherever we get at the cheapest rates. So we have a very good ecosystem. People are working, they are firing from all engines, as we say. So your ecosystem is absolutely brilliant. Before closing, I'd like to say that our Prime Minister, what he has done for the women, it is not an exaggeration to say that it is like womb to tomb kind of a program. First, we have the best sex ratio today. You know that? We had a very bad sex ratio. Boys were always more in number, but today we have a fantastic sex ratio. Girls are surviving more. And then we have more education to girl children. Then women are studying so well. In India, we have STEM graduates who are like that high. For instance, India is ahead of India is ahead of USA, UK, France, and Germany. Our girls in STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, we are ahead of all these 4 big countries. And that is where we are. Women are sitting on the boards of companies. 50% of the startups have women directors. And women, their homes are being registered on their names. And today the greatest thing that happened is we have what is called as gender disaggregated data. Anyone who's a doctor would understand. Historically, any health problem would say India has 80% cardiac problem. But nobody would know how many men and how many women are actually suffering from that. But today we are segregating the data so that we can specifically help women suffering from cardiac problem, cancer, renal problem, be it anything. So there's a whole bunch of things that are happening in this country. So your ecosystem is absolutely brilliant for your growth, development, and career climbing. So I would like to stop here and tell you that you are absolutely lucky to be young at this stage. We didn't have the privilege. We seriously had to work very hard. You are seeing the best times. Don't waste time. Don't waste anything. You have all the opportunities, all the mentors, all the inspiring examples. Just make the most of the hour, the moment. All the very best.